Oh, but you said you kind of got double, so that would maybe, was it around 80,000, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of what that was. Only
No,
a
because-
portion of it was.
Because year to date, it's only 564 for the whole operating transfers out, so I don't know, I don't really know that exact amount.
Okay, well, that might be why unencumbered cash is even lower than we've seen it since 2005. If we gave an operating transfer out earlier than normal, we would have seen it maybe next month, but let's make that, I don't know.
The other thing to recall too is, we've been on a multi-year program to basically pull down our fund balance above the reserve, the 10% reserve, based on sort of overall year-end budgeting. So this year, if we're pulling it down, next year we will basically be, by the end of next year, I think we're essentially almost zeroing it out. And so then the cash flow issue will start hitting us more, as we will start bouncing around above and below that minimum 10%.
I thought you had anticipated having an unencumbered fund balance of $980,000 at the end of 2010, according to your budget package.
That'd be about a 700,000.
Pardon me?
That'd be
Of 1.6 million, that would be about 700,000.
Which is what he was talking
Okay.
But that's what set us apart from other counties, is the fact that we have had these healthy reserves.
Right.
And we haven't been in critical mass like some others have been. So it's important that we try to maintain these and protect it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe we would go longer than we anticipated. It could be, 2013, 14, before state and local governments really pull out this recession as well as hiking period. And that was a concern in the budget workshops that I just went to this past weekend, that for state and local governments, it's really all in the country. And we have done better because we showed restraint those years after 2005. Those first few years we saved money. And now we're spending it.
All right, let's move on to sales tax. And it's close to where it was last year, but of course last year was not a banner year. And when you look in prior years, it's been as high as 250,000. And we're off about 22,000 year to date this year from last. And given where it's been in the past, to 425,000, obviously it is a point of concern for us. I like the fact that the graph's going up, but it's not going up near enough. And I do have, if we get to that, I do have the current sales tax charts which reflect the end of year, so you can see in what industries sales tax impacted us.
Yeah, I've started to do a little supplemental analysis on sales tax and sort of looking, I've looked at both 4-year running average per month of how it comes in over the course of the year, and also an 8 or 9 year average. So right now, based on what we've seen so far, cumulatively through the end of the year, I'm pegging us at between 100 and 150,000 below where our budget for sales tax is if year to date we're to hold for the rest of the year. So, that's one, between January and February has been very volatile, so we'll want to see what the point shows for sure on that.
And the only light spot, I think, is that nationwide sales tax is up. So hopefully that's a trend that's going to fall.
Really?
Yeah, according to national statistics.
Wow, with home construction being down in such a big portion of that, that's interesting.
Well, perhaps in other parts of the country, home construction isn't everything.
Did you happen to notice, just as, your love of numbers, that the January to December of '09 total of $2,113,848 is $1 different than the March 2009 to February, your bottom thing.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that chart yet.
Oh.
That's all right, say it again.
Okay, so your total from January through December of 2009 is $2,113,848. And your March '09 to February 2010 is $2,113,847. We're down $1. Isn't that weird?
Please strike that and it's strike that.
That kind of stuff's interesting.
Anything else on this chart?
Exactly.
So it does talk about your construction.
This does, yes, but what I was referring to before was nationwide. So yes, you're right, for our county, construction is down.
But it's what we.
So obviously, we're shifting ahead to this chart, because Jackson's system is not down.
And on the national, what I'm hearing is that it's not the construction that's driving it, it's consumer goods.
People have waited to buy and they are finally saying, well, go ahead and spend money.
And auto sales, and we don't have them. When you look at the auto here, obviously, we're down 83%.
3,924.
So the only high points are other services, public administration, transportation and warehouse, and manufacturing. And if you want to know what those are, I can tell you. And not by business, but by category.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see.
But obviously, heavy construction and the building materials are down.
No, heavy construction's are.
So, and so we're.
It's flat, you're right.
So this doesn't have any 2010 data, and this is just.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
You'll see at the bottom of this chart, I was looking at the chart,
It's got
it shows the revenues that were received in March from the taxpayer. They're always 2 months later than the actual revenue hit the state.
Mhm.
So you can see the difference January to March. So this does incorporate all of 2009 now with that 2-month delay.
Mhm. Okay.
So it's just by rounding off that there's $1 off.
No, because they're different figures. That's
See,
March.
see,
That's
that-
No, it's the same, it's just rounded.
We just collected it in March, but
It's just rounded, Jack.
Okay.
You okay now?
So it's amazing that those numbers just about line up.
Be quiet.
But if anyone's interested in the detail of, because on the far left-hand column are the SIC codes, those industry codes. And if you want to know exactly what they are, I have a whole book that breaks down each one of those codes in those categories that I have not committed to memory, but if someone wants to review the book, they're welcome to do so.
You get that report quarterly, don't you? That breakdown from the Department of Revenue?
I can get it. No, I get it monthly.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think.
I only report it here monthly.
Part
I
of
mean quarterly.
Okay, quarterly, you do report.
I do report to this group quarterly.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
But no, I get it monthly from the state, and then we have this new tax tools which allows us to manipulate.
Okay, so in April, we'll see the first 3 months, which
Yes.
will help
Right,
Philip do, look at his trend analysis.
correct, okay.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, so let's move on to REIT receipts.
There's some surety there, huh?
And